I'm University of Illinois Extension's Todd Gleason.
Let's talk about food security as it relates to the Common Agricultural Policy of the European Union. It really has changed over time, but it's an important issue for Europe.
It has been an important issue from the beginning of the Common Agricultural Policy, but of a completely different nature today than in the past. In the past, food security was driven by concerns in the aftermath of the Second World War and the need to increase production and cover domestic food needs. Now, Europe became a large exporter of agricultural commodities. It is a smaller exporter. It exports agricultural products of value added. It imports a lot from developing countries. So the food security debate is of a completely different nature. It is not one about whether we produce food, but about how we produce food. And the focus is on environmental and territorial balance. This is the overall objective.
Why is that the case?
The case is such because we have seen that in the absence of a common agricultural policy, we risk concentrating production in some of the most competitive regions with more pressure on the environment, and we risk to face land abandonment in a lot of the peripheral regions with both environmental and social problems.
So the food security issue has, and this is not it's not about balance, but is it about keeping land in production across Europe so Europe looks like Europe?
It's about focusing on land, its use, and changes in its use that it will make it more sustainable in the longer term. What we have seen with a recent increase in price volatility, the high level of input costs, which are running faster than the increase in output prices, and also with climate change and climate variability, we have seen the risk that the farmers, if they focus in the short term, will only focus on decreasing their cost and also improving their economic situation. And what we want to do is resolve a tension that exists between the production of a private good and the production of a public good. We want to make them complements. And to do that, you need to intervene with a public policy that would promote what the market doesn't promote, which is exactly environmental goods.
Can you tell me how the policies that is being promoted for the Common Agricultural Policy at this point achieves that under its three pillars?
What we propose to do is shift the focus of our support from farms to land. That would introduce a gradual redistribution of support, both among member states and among farmers within the same member state. The second thing we're doing is we want to introduce three standard so-called green measures, keeping permanent pasture land permanent for carbon sink, having a minimum 3 crops for diversification, and also an ecologically focused area to promote biodiversity. And at the same time also spend more money on agricultural research, and through an innovation partnership try to bring closer the results of these results to the practical questions that the farmers face.
I'm University of Illinois Extension's Todd Gleason.